Okay, my friends out there, YouTube land, this is Rockin' Dave, North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida. And if this video goes as accordingly, this is going to be as quick as it possibly can be, because we're restringing my Cordoba nylon string guitar. And this is the pack that I use, Diodario Extra Hard Tension. Usually the extended play I don't get, but this is all they had. The regular play, life is alright. They are, yeah, the EXP or the EJ44s. But it's extra hard tension. You have the hard tension, this is extra hard tension. And this is how they're rolled up. No ball end. And of course you got a little sticker there. That's your low E string, string number 6. So you get rid of that. And this is what I mean with these strings. You got to tie them. So I try to do this as quickly as I possibly can. Of course, nothing goes as quickly as it should. Okay. Now here's my nut. On these guitars, they come off. No big deal. No big deal. Nylon string guitars have what's called a slotted headstock. Some acoustic steel strings will have a slotted headstock too, but that's what it means. It's a slotted headstock. So, if I could get this, you guys could see this because I'm kind of balancing it while I'm sitting down. So I run the string through here. And what I do is kind of give it a little turn so it doesn't come flinging out, because back here I got to tie the string. Now on your low E string, you could usually get by with one tie around. Now here it's real flimsy, so this is where the string, the tightness of the winding starts to end. So what I usually do, I want to make sure that I have that nice tight winding. See? I hope you guys can see this. There. And it's like one tie. And then when you tune it, it's gonna naturally pull its tension. Again, I don't like having a whole lot of wraparounds. That makes changing the strings that much quicker. And I do this. Actually this. And then I come in this way. So hopefully you can see this. I don't want to crash this. And then what I try to do is have it where the string is going inward a little bit. So it's more of a straight shot. It's still kind of a straight shot, but it's not as pulling one way or the other. That's when you got these tuning problems. Okay. Now, that's my low E string. Now my A string. See, this is the only thing with the Diodario brand. They're in a little plastic, and when you take them out of the plastic, they're all bunched up like this. But they are labeled. So here's my A string. So see, it's the same concept. I'll try to do this as quick as possible. With the bass strings, it's not too bad because they're wound. It's when you get to your treble strings. They're clear. Like clear plastic. But they're expensive strings. Ask anyone that plays a classical guitar. They'll tell you. There's a lot more that's involved in making them. That's why. Okay. Okay, so here is the end of my A string. Now, with the D string, I definitely do 2 wraps. The A, I could do 1, but I'll tell you what, I'll do 2. Because, see, now we're starting to get into a thinner territory of string, of mass on the string. Yeah, you pull them. Now I wait till they're tuned because I just sit overnight. So and then I'll snip to to get it to clean up a little bit. But it's just the nature of these strings. But I'll tell you what, yeah, they may take a little while to stretch out and get in tune. But when they're like the most reliable guitars on the planet, because it takes a long time to break a string. And usually the string that's going to break is your D string, because it has a thinner winding, wraparound. But your treble strings, they never break. They never break. And they'll hold their tuning for a long time. You'd be amazed. Here's my 4th string, my D string. Been doing this for so long, it's like I got it where I could do it pretty quick, but there are still times where it takes a little time, especially on the treble strings. Okay, we're feeding the D string through. Get that in there. This guitar is an absolute workhorse. We've had this since 2000. I think it was 2000 or 2001. Okay, so again, you take this now. I'm going to do a double wrap on this. Definitely a double wrap on this. There's my 1 loop. Come out of the hole, come in the hole. Then you go 1 other loop, like this. Grab that sucker. There's a lot of ways to do this. This method works for me. Come into the hole, go out of the hole. Kind of like what Roy Scheider was learning in Jaws. And when he finally got it, that line went running. Of course, Mr. Jaws himself was taking that line and taking him for a little boat ride. Okay, so here we go. Again, I come on this side first, and then I come around to come down the center. I hope you guys can see this. And again, this is so you get more of a straight shot. This is why nylon string guitars or guitars with slotted headstocks, they don't seem to have as much tuning issues as other guitars do. If you can see that, see it's more of a straight shot right into the tuner. Very little angle, very little break on the angle there. Now here comes the fun part. You see these? So I gotta take my 3rd string, G. There is a trick to this. I better make sure the cats don't come see that and they jump up and they grab them, because cats like to play with strings. Anyways, now you won't have to worry about which end is a weak end, because there's no wraparound. Take that off. They have 10-string nylon string guitars. I know there's another one. I can't forget I forgot the name of the other company. It's from China. They make some great guitars too. But this company that's out of Texas called Cathedral Guitars. They have it's only like $1,500 with the cutaway and electronics. But wow, does it sound incredible. Because you're not running distortion on it. Okay, so here, you see this? Because you can barely see that, right? I do a double on this as well. Sometimes a triple, but your 3rd string is pretty thick. So I could basically get away with a double wrap. But you gotta make sure it's nice and tight, man. I mean tight. Once that's locked in, it's locked in. Now there's a trick with these here. Because they're clear and they're smooth, I do like a double. I do a double wrap. I feed it through the hole twice. Now, if there's people out there that work on this, then you might have another method of doing this. And if it works for you, that's great. This does seem to work for me. Because I don't like tying it. Because when I tie it, then at the end, when I eventually have to change the strings, it's a pain when you got to try to untie something you can't see. This, I fed it through the hole once. I'm going to feed it through again. And sometimes what helps, you take a pair of needle nose, and you grab that end with the needle nose. Okay. So now it's just a matter of tuning that guy. I bring it to this side, the outer side of the headstock first, and then I feed it inward. And it seems to work. And then I bring it in this way, and I bring it in as much as I can. So again, we don't have that much of a break. Okay, so that's my third string. It's not going too bad. I thought it would be a lot worse. These strings will last a long time, like months. I've had these strings on, months. That's why I date them. I try to gauge how much life do I actually get out of these strings to justify always spending money if I don't have to. So this, put it through here. There is Diodario also makes another set of nylon strings that's almost they call it like dynamics or something, where you can take your treble strings and literally they're not all wound up. They're wound up, but when you drop them, they drop nice. So you see here, this is where I'll start to do a triple, because these treble strings, man, forget it. There's one feed through, two, let's see, here we go, two, and three, just for a little extra insurance there. And bam, locks in. And then it's the same concept. Actually, I gotta move my drop pedal. Same concept here. Maybe I could, well, I'll tell you what. So see here, I take it, I bring it up, and then I take it in. So I might lose a little bit of my recording time here, but I think we've got enough so you guys could see what's involved in stringing up a nylon string guitar. So we're almost done here, guys. I'll post up this video, but you see, they're a lot different than a steel string, but I'll tell you what, when they lock in tune, they're locked in tune, and they sound great, absolutely great. So we'll see if we get this. If not, then again, this is Rockin' Dave, North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida, if the video runs out of time. Okay, we don't want the cats to grab little things, because then they eat everything. So, you see what I mean? That's why they're such a pain. But I guarantee, you do this enough times, you'll get used to restringing these guitars. And again, they will hold their tuning, and they just have such a unique sound. They just have a very unique sound. Again, for the high E, because it's a lot thinner, I loop it 3 times around the bridge to get that sucker in as tight as I could get it for tuning stability. And then we got one more loop to make here. Let's hope there's no profanity that comes out. I'm still a construction worker, I guess, at heart. Okay. Okay. I've been having a little bit of trouble with this. Okay, guys, so now you feed it through. Come on. Come on. It's so hard to see. It's so like light you can hardly see it. Okay, that's fed through once and fed through twice. And now I just tune her up. So you see how long it could take? This video is already going into what, 16 minutes? They're delicate, they are delicate guitars. But so are violins. They're not a guitar, but they're delicate. The whole point is your classical instruments are usually like that. Okay, my friends. So that's how you restring a nylon string guitar. With a slotted headstock, I feed these treble strings through the hole twice, so I get a nice tight grip. And you tighten up the ends here. I go 1 loop here, 2 loops here, 2 loops here. I could do 2 here, but here on the B and the high E, definitely 3 loops, and you just tighten it up. Okay, my friends, so I hope this has been helpful. This is one way of doing it, but this way it really has worked for me for tuning stability and no issues. When you're performing, you don't want any issues, and it works. And the way I do this, because I'm not tying up here, I just cut these. These are easier to take off. But if you start tying your treble strings around here and from the tuning, you got a knot, it's going to be a pain in the butt getting that knot out. By feeding it through twice, there's no knot and it locks itself in. So when you do have to change the strings, it's that much quicker. So, all right, my friends, until next video, hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. We really appreciate all your support. And until next video, rock on, take care, and God bless, my friends. So long.